So I'm in Nellie's jungle, and this is our orphanage of plants that need to be planted. And there's a ton of them. So I think I'm gonna start. Nellie did this. She's always doing this. She bought a ton of smoke bushes, and we do love smoke bushes. The color that they bring in, you can control the size, you can let them grow as big as you want, you can trim them down, and they bring amazing colors. So we've got, I think there's like 3 purple ones, like I think it's called royal purple, and then 3 of these lighter ones. You can see these are the dark purple leaves, and then you can see these leaves are more green. They're gonna put out, these will put out the purple, big purple smoky poof, and these ones put out a cream poof. So it's kind of neat. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take these, dig some holes, and plant them in the garden. Nellie's jungle, it's coming. So we're trying to figure out where we need some more color. So you can see, back in there, you can see we've got some color. We've got the blue spruce there. We've got like a red bush there. It's like an auburny color. So these right here are Limelight Hydrangea. So where they're gonna be like a neon. So we've got some color there. We've got these limes. We've got some burgundy. But back in here, there's not much color. So we're thinking putting one of the red smoke bushes behind this, right in the middle. I'm digging a hole right now. So there'll be this green peonies bush because, in the spring it looks great, but after that it just kind of looks like a green bush. And then right where the trailer is, you'll see this big smoke bush come. We got a lot of smoke bushes, so I got to kind of just walk around, back in there. We've got I believe Pinky Winky right there, but it doesn't look Pinky Winky. A lot of white, no red. So another one will go there. We're just going to I'm just going to kind of walk around and start digging holes. Nellie wants some stuff over here on this side. We're probably going to get rid of this one tree here, and then make gardens out of it. Red, green, like get some color coming in there, because we don't need any more big trees. We've got 1 million, so we'll get rid of that guy. And so today it's rained a few times. It's sprinkling right now, so it's a perfect time to be digging. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Look at the size. Put it on regular. I just did a video of me planting these, and they were like down there. And look at them. They're huge. They're my height. They're taller than Nellie. So lots of exciting things there. And the cannas have come in. They're probably 4 feet high. Probably another 3 feet they'll grow. So let's start digging some holes. Okay, so everything's about symmetry in this garden. We kind of like to, make neat patterns and stuff. And we planted this smoke bush. It was tiny, just a little chipper, and this is its 3rd year. So it was like a foot tall, little, kind of like the ones we've just bought. And it took off, and we've cut it back. So it seems to like where it is. But as you can see, so we got canna crossing. And of course, we've got, the nice crossing. We've got the hydrangea tree in the center. And then behind that, we've got the wall of cannas, then the red cannas, and then behind that is the tiger eye sumac. So everything's kind of neat. But we have a smoke bush on this side. Rose garden, of course. We've got the smoke bush on this side. We don't have anything here. Oops, you can see what I'm doing. So kind of it'll be a nice entrance to the canna crossing, and that's what I'm gonna do. So one is going here, and when I do that, I can kind of open up. See, there's a smoke bush there. We just love them now. It's just because they grow so quickly and they look so amazing. The color, the camera doesn't do it justice. So we're gonna have one here. We do have these pockets right here. One. Back to canna crossing, and 2. And for those of you that don't know what canna crossing means, well, it's kind of like a crosswalk. You kind of come in, and you can go that way, and you can go that way. It's all perfectly symmetric, round circle in the center. So that's what that is. So, but that big red bush, there's nothing there. We're gonna plant one there now. It's gonna obviously be trailing it, but we can't cut these back, and that's what we've done. So we could do 1, 2. It would actually be pretty cool back here. I'm just gonna start digging holes, and then once I've dug, like, because we've got so many plants in the orphanage that I'm gonna dig 1,000,000 holes today just because the ground is like beautifully wet. And then we'll bring Nellie out and we can discuss where these things are going. Here we are back. This is that row of peonies, and we said we were gonna dig one right in the middle, so we're gonna have a big poof of red a few years down the road. We got another hole here in this bed. We're gonna probably try and keep something red in there. So there's the hole ready to go. And then remember when I said I wanted some red in here somewhere? So this is what I decided to do. See, we've got, I'll just stand right here. So we got a hydrangea wall that will mature. It's kind of new. Lilac bush, lilac bush, lilac bush. So there's 3 lilac bushes. So they look stunning in the spring, but in the summer, not so much. It just kind of blends in. So voila, right in between. So equilibrium, bang, smoke bush, smoke bush, smoke bush. So that's what's going here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. There's 5 holes on this side, trying to get some more red in here. I guess, you know, it's kind of important to say that every year we like to leave our mark on these gardens. So every year, you know, something substantial has been done. We've just not just sat there and go, okay, this is done. Every year we're, you know, buying a hydrangea bush, or, you know, Nellie bought the willow there. You know, we've got some hydrangeas back there. We built Canna Crossing. There's always something happening. And this year, I think our mark is going to be, we planted, if you watched the video 3, 4 ago, can't remember, we planted 4 blue spruces, you know, right there. So we're, you know, in a few years, they're going to be stunning. And we're going to plant 6 or 7 or whatever smoke bushes. We've got some other plants. So every year we do our little thing to try and bring color without using annuals, because, you know, that just becomes labor intensive and costs a lot of money. So we just stick with, oops, that's kind of on this is kind of what you see. So yeah, we try and just bring color, and we just kind of look and go, oh yeah, it's got lots of white, lots of red, we need yellow, or what have you. And yellow, believe it or not, is something that we need to do. But that's where we are. I'm going to start digging some more holes. We are going to plant this. So at the beginning of the year, this was just a boxwood in a hole. And then we planted that a few weeks ago, the blue spruce. And then we've added on again, trying to make some color here. So we're going to have the light green, we're going to have the blue, and then back we're going to have this behemoth smoke bush, and this is the royal purple. And so it's going to go in there. And I guess it's important to note that all of these were planned to be beds. It's just the cost of buying stuff is so expensive that we kind of piddle away. This actually is probably 3 years old. This whole row is probably 3 years old. So we can add on. We didn't want to build the beds big because then you just got to weed them, right? So, but we've said, hey, that's where something's going. That's where something's going there. And same thing with this, just a boxwood in the middle of nowhere. It didn't make sense that, hey, now we have extra plants. We can start adding on to this. So I guess that is kind of explaining why certain things kind of look, it kind of looks a little silly there. And it's a bit tougher to cut the grass, but soon we were hoping that's going to be a big bed that it will connect itself all the way through. And this was going to be a big, like a big kidney shape or weird shaped bed. And we're slowly doing that. So this is going to be kind of neat here. And it's going to give us some color when you're standing here. You're going to, because the driveway's behind me, that's where you come in. So you're going to see, you know, some color. And the neat thing is, I guess, is we're not going to really, this is nice, but it's, and the smoke bush, it's nice, but it's not that, which is, you know, like, let's see if I can focus on it. It's not like that smoke bush that's 3 years old. So we're going to start enjoying, because we love that smoke bush and we love all of our smoke bushes. But this one right here, this year, we'll probably just kind of walk by and say, how's it doing? But in 3 years, we'll get the benefit. So it's always nice to say, hey, maybe it won't look that great this year. It's kind of just look like a little threesome I don't even know what that means, but a little, you know what I mean. Stop it. But in 3 years, then we're going to get the benefit of these trees that, you know, Nellie bought this willow and it just looked pathetic. It looked absolutely, but now it's filling in, you know, so you start to get the fruits of your labor, you know, 2 to 3 years, then you go, wow, oh my gosh, I should have bought more. Well, you start buying more earlier because it takes that long for these things to root, be happy, and then kaboom. I'm here in Nellie's jungle, and that's in the backyard where she's got the tropical plants. And I told her, I said, hey, look, I dug all these holes. We need another smoke bush, a red one. And she said, well, why don't you plant these Japanese maples that we have? We've got 3 of them that are sitting here just kind of as orphans, but we didn't have them in the orphan section because they fall over. So we lean them against the house, but they're ready to be planted. So I now have 3 more ready color plants to go out there. So now I need to dig a few more holes and we're gonna get some color out there. We are done. So I'm gonna show you what we did. So now we have this Japanese maple right here. So that's gonna, you can see there's not much red other than the chairs. There's not much red in here. Boom, that's gonna be there. And behind these peonies, you probably won't see this for about maybe 3rd year. It should be up and above, but we kind of planted that. So in the middle, you're gonna have this cream. That's a cream smoke bush. So moving on, remember we have the hydrangea wall here. I think Pinky Winky, the big one, and we've got lilac, 1, 2, 3, and we've separated them with a cream smoke bush, a deep purple, royal purple or something like that smoke bush, and another cream one there. So not much, I'm gonna back up, not much red in here. Now we're gonna have that poof, probably 2, 3 years we'll start to notice it. Okay, so over here, oh yeah, over here, earlier I was discussing putting a smoke bush back here, but Nellie said, why don't we put one of these Japanese red maples? So that this little trio, if you will, is going to look pretty cool as that matures. So that's planted nicely there. And we have the Tiger Eye Sumac. Nellie hates these, but actually they don't multiply like regular sumac, at least from my experience. And they, you know, they kind of stay dwarf size, probably 7, 8 feet. So, you know, and they're very neon. So they add like a really cool neon look. And then right behind, we planted this red Japanese maple, and it's gonna look really nice in this area. So it's right here. So that's done. And then remember Canna Crossing back here. We had the smoke bush. It's about 3 years old. We love it. We've got Canna Crossing, and just to add some color, more color, we decided, and to keep it symmetric, we added another smoke. So look, boom, big baby. So that's why the bed is so big, but it will grow. Another smoke bush back there, it's grown. Those are about 2, 3 years old. They're grown. And one more, yes, one more. So just so you know where we are, we've got the rose garden. We're coming up to Nellie's rock garden. Enchanted Forest is way deep in the woods. English garden is right along here. And we added this one in. So from the back, I'll take you over here because this is what you're gonna see when you look at the garden. We've got some hostas, we got the blue spruce, something else that I don't know, Nellie knows. And then right behind it, we're gonna have this big, it's gonna be like this. That's a smoke bush. And it's the same type of smoke bush, the royal purple. And that's gonna kind of, we're hoping, is just be this big backdrop to this little trio that was here and is now a quartet, if you will. Okay, so I think that's gonna conclude this video. I do have another project that we're gonna start right now. We're trying to empty out the orphans from the backyard so that we get them planted so that they can start rooting this year. So we gotta try and figure out a bed for that. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and join us on this wonderful venture. Okay, take care, guys.